There's nothing wrong with being broke, but staying poor is a choice. There's nothing wrong with being broke. Let's get that straight from the jump. Being broke is a situation. It's circumstantial. It's temporary. It doesn't define you unless you let it. Broke is when you don't have the cash, the resources, the comfort, but you still have the hunger. You still have the will to fight. You're broke, but you're still in motion, still waking up early, still grinding, still plotting on the next move, even if you're starting from the dirt. But poor, that's not about your wallet. That's about your mindset. That's about what you believe you deserve. Poor is when you stop believing you can change. Poor is when you look around and say, "This is it. This is all I'll ever have." Poor is when you trade growth for comfort, dreams for distractions, progress for pity. And let's be brutally clear. Once your mind accepts poverty, no amount of money can pull you out. You'll sabotage every shot you get because you're programmed to lose. Broke is where warriors are made. Broke builds character. Broke teaches you how to stretch a dollar, how to flip pain into purpose. It forces you to grow teeth, to fight harder, to dig deeper. Broke teaches hustle, patience, and relentless self-belief. It strips away your illusions and leaves only the raw version of you, the one that either rises or rots. Broke is training. Broke is the forge. But poor. Poor is poison. Poor is learned helplessness. Poor is inherited defeat. It's passed down through excuses, cemented in weak beliefs, and protected by pride. A poor man would rather defend his stagnation than challenge it. He'll mock those who try. He'll resist advice. He'll tear down anyone who reminds him that his life is his responsibility. A broke man wakes up with fire in his gut. He knows he's not there yet, but he's moving. He's dangerous, because desperation sharpened his instincts. He's locked in. He's aware. He's disciplined. He might be sleeping on a floor, but mentally, he's already in the penthouse. That man is a future threat. But a poor man, he's asleep. And even if he's surrounded by opportunities, he won't see them. Even if he's handed a map, he won't follow it. He's blind by choice, numb by comfort, weak by design. He walks through life as a ghost of what he could have been, not because life was unfair, but because he chose to stay soft. Let's make one thing clear. Life doesn't reward the entitled. It rewards the relentless. And the relentless don't care about how broke they are. They care about how much further they can go. They care about what they're becoming. They treat every dollar like a seed, every hour like a weapon, every loss like a lesson. They don't pray for handouts. They build ladders, and they climb. You want to change your life? Start with your mindset. Kill the poor mentality. Starve it. Beat it out of your system. Replace it with something unshakable. Something that says, "I'm broke now, but not for long." Something that refuses to accept average. Something that sees past circumstance and stares destiny in the face. Being broke is not shameful, but acting like a victim is. Being broke is a season, but letting it turn into a story, that's on you. So don't you dare confuse broke with poor. One is a chapter. The other is a life sentence. Burn the poor mindset to the ground. Rewrite your reality. And walk like someone who refuses to die where they started. Here's what they don't tell you about being broke. It can be your greatest weapon, if you use it right. See, when you have nothing, you stop pretending. You stop flexing. You stop wasting time. Because broke men don't have the luxury of illusions. They either rise or rot, and that pressure is what breeds clarity. The man with nothing to lose, he's the most dangerous man in the room, because he's not protecting an image. He's building a legacy. He's not trying to impress anyone. He's trying to evolve. And when you build from nothing, every inch of progress is personal. Every dollar earned, every skill mastered, every lesson learned is carved into your bones. That's why the man who climbs from the dirt never forgets how to survive. And eventually he becomes too valuable to break. Because he didn't just learn how to make money, he learned how to think. He learned how to adapt. He learned how to endure when most people crumble. And that kind of power, it can't be bought. It can't be handed down. It has to be earned in the trenches. The poor-minded man, though, he wants results without risk, growth without grind. He talks about what he'll do when the opportunity comes but never prepares for it. He waits for motivation. He waits for permission. He waits for the world to change before he changes himself. And that's why he stays exactly where he is. If you want to destroy that mindset, you need to make a vow. No more pity, no more blaming, no more waiting. You need to wake up and say, I'm done acting broke in the mind. I'm done thinking like a man with no options. I'm done carrying the identity of someone who settles. You want power? Start with ownership. You want freedom? Start with discipline. You want respect? Earn it from yourself first. Because here's the truth. No one is coming to save you. Not your parents, not your boss, not your friends. If you want a different life, you build it. If you want to change your story, you write the next chapter. And if you want to stop being poor, you stop thinking poor. Broke is a season. But the lessons you pull from it, those become your weapons for life. So if you're broke, good. That means the only direction left is up. Just don't waste the season. Don't numb the pain. Don't waste the pressure. Use it. Fuel it. Let it change you. Because one day you'll look around and realize that everyone else is still waiting, still wishing, still wondering. And you climbed. Not because someone gave you a ladder, but because you became one. And once you become your own ladder, you stop begging for a way out. You stop hoping for someone to pull you up. You build the rungs beneath your feet. One rep at a time. One book at a time. One sacrifice at a time. Until the climb becomes your nature. Until struggle feels like purpose. Until you can look back and say, that version of me, the one who was broke, he was the architect of everything I am now. Because when you escape poverty of the mind, you never look at life the same again. You spot weakness faster. You sense lies easier. You smell excuses like rot. And you never let yourself go soft again. That's the transformation. From broke to built. From poor to powerful. From overlooked to undeniable. Let the world see the outcome, but never forget the origin. This is what happens when you refuse to stay poor. This is what happens when you weaponize the struggle. This is what happens when you become too valuable to ever break again.